Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, people. What are we looking at? Well, we are looking at the beginning of the movie trailer for the blockbuster action film starring Viola Davis. It is called G20. That's all I'm going to say. I've only seen this once. I didn't even watch it all the way through because I wanted to react to it right here. So that's what we're gonna do. And before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, people. Give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. And make sure you give me a follow on Instagram at JG Talk 2. So without further ado, let's kick this off. 2025's G20.
Madam President, we have a situation.
Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it.
You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
Okay, so we can tell right off the bat, she's no nonsense. She doesn't take any guff from anybody, from the world, from world leaders, or even her own daughter. You are coming with us. Now, I'll be stopping this every 20 or 30 seconds because I don't want to get copyright. I want this to stay up so we can see this and laugh at this together. Go on.
Implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now we gotta go save the world.
The 20 most powerful.
Uh-oh. Bad guy. Here we go. So Anthony Anderson plays her husband. He's another woke beta buster. I'm sure he jumped at the opportunity to uplift a Black woman. And I can tell that he's going to be definitely a beta male. Yes, dear. Doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. Because even though your wife has a position of power, let's say she was the president, you can still be the head of your household as a man. I can totally tell because we've never seen this movie, but we've seen this movie. So we can totally tell that he's just going to be another weenie, like they usually present Black women and Black men on TV. The Black man is always subjugated. Oh my goodness, doesn't want to start any shit. The Black woman's always neck rolling. And she runs the house. Pitiful. But as you can see right here, bad guy, white guy.
For world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Stop right there. It's going dark. So you can already see that she's not the average bear when it comes to being a president. She's proactive. She somehow coordinated with this guy. When I slide this fire extinguisher to you, you shoot it with your gun. Boom, it's cloudy. Can't see. Everybody escape.
To the government's watching, I've taken the G20 by force.
We're taking the G20 by force.
We will
Crikey.
reset the world's financial markets. You got to read the words exactly as written.
Beige fox. Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox.
Now we control the narrative.
Okay, so you can see that they're taking over the AI. Going to have all the world leaders say something. AI grabs their voice, and then now they can make their voice say whatever they wanted to. So now he controls the narrative. And, you know, we've seen this before. Event going on, world leaders, bad guys come in. We have all the world leaders. Some people escape. You know, maybe they didn't catch them. They snuck out. And now they're going to be the ones who got away, the small group who got away. They're going to have to save the day.
My husband and kids are missing. We have to find them. If you want to live, you'll follow my lead.
Now you're Captain America. I was quite.
No, no. So, number one, she has on the red sneakers because I'm not your average president. I'm a black woman president, or I'm not wearing no high heels. So she got some red shoes on her red dress. The classic good guy gets on top of the elevator full of bad guys, i.e. Hitman 2007, and he jumps down or just shoots from the roof. But in this case, because she's so badass, she jumps in. So hold on a second. She's jumping in the elevator with a bunch of special ops, specially trained dudes, because these are the bad guys. Obviously, this is always the case. And another thing, they're just stealing tropes from all these other action movies. So she's going to go in a small space with a bunch of grown, highly trained men and kick the shit out of them. Okay.
Right. Well done.
Oh.
They've got it.
And of course, every other man in her group is a pussy. That guy's looking, oh, it was quite an event. Like he's scared. This guy, I don't know who he is, but obviously she's the baddest one out of the group. This looks ridiculous.
At least 5 hostages in the kitchen.
Your survival is what matters most.
I will not leave them.
Drop it! Guns, 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 guns.
President Danielle.
Wait a minute. Did you see how buff that dude? Hold on a second. Stop. Look how buff this dude is. Is she just going to mash his face onto the griddle?
Drop it! Guns, 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 guns.
President Danielle Sutton. You get around, don't you?
I'll get around to you too.
Get the fuck. That dude would have picked her up and body slammed her through the foundation. Are you kidding me? Now, I know, Jericho, all movies require a certain level of suspended disbelief. We'll get to that.
Ew.
Mom, I can help.
Lights out.
Find her.
Where are my husband and kids?
We're all here together.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
So it looks like, thankfully, it's like we're coming to the end of this, but it looks like the daughter is going to help her. The daughter, she's young, techie. And so it looks like 2 black women, one older, one younger, are going to save everybody. A woman and a child are going to save the day.
What if we get you into a comfortable pair
Of
of
course.
heels?
Do you want an honest answer?
Of course, we got a member of the alphabet soup group because all the marginalized, disenfranchised groups must be represented. Come on. That looks absolutely terrible, and you know it. But am I going to watch it and give you a review? Am I going to suffer through that movie for you in April when it comes out? Yes. Now, obviously, they wanted and they thought Kamala was going to win because that's who this is for. This is an homage to Kamala. This is your badass girl. You're the president, and this is what it would be like. This is how it is in our wet dream. Could you imagine how the mainstream mediocres would be? Even worse than that, could you imagine those barren, powdered egg having harpies on The View? How they would just masturbate and flick their disgusting molded beans on live TV every single day? Do you know how bad Rachel Maddow would want to go down on Kamala Harris? When they start showing this movie, it would be disgusting. They obviously made it. She's going to win. Oh, shit, she didn't win. Well, we spent the money. We got to release it. All right, release it. They thought this was a victory lap for Kamala Harris. You see it, Kamala Harris plus John Wick equals G20. And the only, like I mentioned before, yes, there's a certain level of suspended disbelief when you're watching a movie. Can a man do the things that they do? Speaking of John Wick, can he kill all those guys and survive all those gunshots and lift? Of course. It's fantasy, it's movies, but some things go beyond the pale. And a woman being a badass just doesn't land right. It doesn't. There have been other ones. What was the one with Charlize Theron who stole those kids from Africa and turned them into little Ku Klux trans members? What was that? Atomic Blonde. Then you had, what's her name? Jennifer Garner, I think it was. She had a movie called Peppermint that came out a few years ago where her husband and son were killed. So she trained for 5 years and now she's going to take out the gang. What happened to the movie voice guy? I think he died this summer. That guy, I think he died. R.I.P. But even he couldn't have made this movie any better. And the only badass chick-driven movie, like you got Sarah Connor, and all that, but she's not the star of the movie. But like, let me know if I'm missing some. But I'm thinking the Zoe Saldana and even Ronda Rousey. She was in Expendables, fucking Part 17. She was in she was in a couple movies, and of course she plays a girl who can fight, and it's believable when it's a girl who can fight. Or one of the Fast and Furious movies, Fast and Furious 75, I think she was in. But she's a bad actor. So there's usually a compromise. You have a really good martial artist, but they can't act. So the only female-driven badass chick movie that I saw with a female lead was Haywire, starring Gina Carano. And it was believable because she is a real martial artist. So it didn't look all chunky and telegraphed and slow and segmented, because she trained. She didn't train for 3 months with a karate dude to do the movie. She's been training most of her life, and she is a champion martial artist. So it looks great, and she can act. So maybe that makes it more believable. But she wasn't taking on 5 different dudes. There's a scene in that movie, my favorite scene in the whole movie. I used to show it to my daughter when she was younger. Now she's 13 and doesn't even want to be around us. We literally have to call her out of her room to hang out with family, parents of teenagers. You know what I'm talking about. So I used to show it to her, like, oh, this is how I want you to be able to defend yourself. Of course, not to that level, but I'm a father. I'm dreaming, right? I want my little girl to be able to protect herself, and she can't. But I show her the scene. So there's a hotel fight scene in Haywire, and just look up Hotel Haywire, and it'll bring up a fight scene between her and another agent she's working with, and he turns on her, and they end up getting in a fight. But it's realistic. That dude gets some punches in, but the moves that she uses are the moves a woman would use against a man who's stronger than her. Chokeholds. She got him in a triangle choke, kicks to the knee, not punching him in his face and knocking him out. Her little lady hand couldn't do that. But could she blow that fool's knee out? Could she put him in a chokehold and choke him out? Triangle? Yeah, because her legs are much stronger than his jugular could ever be. So there was an element of realism to it, even though it was an action movie. But this is Woman King plus, what's another one? What's the dude's name? Tony Jaa. Yeah. The guy from Ong Bak and The Protector. Are you serious? This is so fucking stupid. And Viola Davis. How old is Viola Davis? Viola Davis is 117 years old. See, Viola Davis. 59. She's almost 60, and she's out here kung fu flipping and freeze and fighting 6'4", 250-pound ripped Russian dudes. Actually, they were Australian. Crikey. Look at the size of that pigger. So she's fighting the crocodile hunter at 60 years old. You know who else does that? And I've talked about this before. I think I did a review on like one of the episodes. But there's this dumbass TV show called The Equalizer starring Queen Latifah. Now, you've heard of the Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington, but if you go way back to the 80s, there was a TV show called The Equalizer. So that's where this came from. But Queen Latifah is 55 years old. So to see her, same thing. She goes into this room. This girl's being harassed by these 6'4", 300-pound Russian dudes. There's like 5 of them. And she comes in there, hey, why don't you leave her alone? Why don't you mind your business? I already tried that. And she kicks fucking dumb. At least make them young. These are grandmothers out here doing jujitsu, and it looks ridiculous. Meet me in the comments. Are you going to check out G20? I know I am. I need a good laugh, and that movie is going to be drenched in woke leftist commie bullshit. And I'll be front row, like the meme with Michael Jackson, the Thriller video, eating the popcorn. I'm right there. What say you? Meet me in the comments. What did you think of the trailer? Are you going to suffer through the movie? Are you a sadomasochist? Do you like to be tortured? Let me know. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they keep putting out shit like this. I'm out.